Hello, hello. How's everyone? Thank you
And
for being here. Hey, man, Aaron, how are you?
doing good.
Everybody, thank you for being here with us today. We have a great show. Today we have 3 Charts at 3 p.m. If you've never been on the show, please know that this is a mystery chart show. So I have some visualizations that Aaron had never seen before. He have some, and we're probably going to be joined by Michael soon. But the idea is we have three participants, and the three participants have different visualizations related to a specific topic. For example, today we have energy data, anything related to energy. And the idea is that we look at this visualization for the first time and we start talking about them, right? We have different questions about like, what do we like about this visualization? Is anything that is confusing? And how can we make them better? And the idea is for everyone that is here participating also in the chat to give us, any comments are great. I mean, if you can put your comments out there about anything that you can see on these charts that you will like, that you don't like. It doesn't matter what it is. We would love to know. And we talk, we will put these comments here on the screen and we can all finally, the idea is that we all can collaborate and make better visualizations at the end of the day. So thank you for being here. I have some good visualization. Thanks, Marlon, for being here. Anybody's on the chat over there. So Aaron, I'm gonna show you some crazy visualization. I'm gonna start with some of the visualizations that are insane. They're like weird, crazy, make no sense. But I think it will be great to show something like this to start 2022.
Is it good
And
or bad? Is it good or bad? How should I
it's
prepare?
bad. It's gonna be really bad. And I put my cowboy hat today because I was in the hunt for bad visualizations. So you will see this is a little bit crazy visualization, but they're related to actually energy. So that's the idea here. Let me put it right there. Let's see if you can see it. Um, uh, so these visualizations are related to energy. The one on the left is from Duke Energy. This is something that actually people got in 2022, 2020. I'm sorry, 2020 on their energy bill, right? And the
I
electrical
got that.
bill, they got something like this. And then the one on the right is for the U.S. Energy Information Administration. And this is for gasoline prices. Which is crazy is that both of them, I'm not going to say too much about them, but both of them, they have the same issue. That's what I wanted to bring them in. Like it's an issue with the scale. And tell me, what do you think? What was your first impression?
Uh, okay, on the left, I like the concept of dividing a dollar
Hmm.
into whatever cents it is for that percentage. But I did notice that you got your teams up here. I can't see it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so I did notice the 11 cents section looks larger than the 21 cents to the right of it.
Yeah,
Uh, let's
exactly.
see, the 18 cents looks smaller than the 11 cents.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I guess that's probably your scale issue you're having. Even the 7 cents looks bigger than the 18 cents.
Exactly. That's correct. No, that's correct. This is one of those crazy things that happens sometimes, and I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention, right? How important is the scale? I mean, how does it make sense that, for example, we can see on the right, 16, it's like half of 17, right? And
Oh,
it just makes no sense. And then we can see the 12 and 13 on the left, on the one on the left, it's just almost the same amount. I'm sorry, the same size. So it's just a very complicated and confusing scale issue here. But I just wanted to bring it into everybody's attention. I mean, when I found this, there was a lot of comments related to inflation, make jokes around these visualizations, because they make no sense. Even the 60 and 56, they're just way different. I mean, there's no way that you can have 4% in the difference between 56 and 60, right? The bar is just way too big on the left side. Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. So what do you think you will do to make this better? Maybe one of these two visualizations.
You're looking at the one on the right. We're talking about the per gallon percentages. I don't use it as often as I would like to. Some
Mm-hmm.
of that is out of my control, but I like using those slope charts.
Mm-hmm.
If you the 13 to 13, it would just be a straight line across from the
Mm-hmm.
prices 2009 to 2018, and then what they're at in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That will avoid having to these sizing issues where they should be the same in height. That you don't have that with the slope chart. So definitely would replace that with the two. But I see that the reason that they did this was because they wanted to look like a gas pump. But I mean, you probably can create something similar to that, just on the dashboard or in the page, but still have those slope charts. So I definitely would change that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Colors are not the greatest. Is yellow usually means bad or warning. Here in this case, it's irrelevant. That their colors don't make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where the one on the right came from, but the one on the left, the dollar. Duke Energy is a big utility company. You would have thought whoever created this infographic would have seen that, because us in data viz who look at this immediately
Mm-hmm.
see what is happening here. This makes zero sense. That these numbers don't match the sizes of each of those
No.
pieces. So I think for the story they're telling and the one that you have up, it's probably like a mailer that everybody
Yes.
gets, not like
Mm-hmm.
something on their computer that they can interact with or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
so again, the fix for that is if you want to make the point of that dollar, and here's how much of that each of that dollar is going towards whatever. Um, you would, if they just fix the scaling to match the correct way, then I think that would be good. Even if it's like on the
Mm-hmm.
right hand side, it's larger, and you just ascend your way down in
Mm-hmm.
smaller sizes to make it fit. But otherwise, I don't have any problem with that visual as long as the numbers matched up with the sizes.
So it says Heather was saying. Let me put Heather your comments under here. She said the values on the chart to the left add up to 101. Also, the one on the right add up to 99. Probably rounding, but it's still an issue. I'm referring. She said she's referring to the chart on the right. Okay, yes, to the ones with the gas pump.
Yeah.
Yes, Heather. Thank you for being here. Heather, you're right. I mean, it's just a lot of for me, I wanted to bring this to the attention of everyone because I love to find charts like this when I think these are like I was just thinking, how can we call this? This is like beast bloopers or something, right? It's like a crazy beast, something that you will never think that someone will put it out there. But they did. I mean, the one from Duke Energy is incredible. I mean, how does could it be that we are seeing here that seven, like this seven? Let me see if I can make it easier to see. So this seven per seven here is almost the same size of this 18. I mean, how is that possible? I mean, I don't even know. But apparently this 18 is the same size of this 7 cents, or the 18. Oh, actually the 12 I think is even, I don't know. The 11 is even higher than the 18, or like
Yeah.
the width of that bar. It's just crazy. It's just unbelievable that they doing that. Or even the 21 is even like, I don't know. This 24
Yes.
is like three times the 21, right?
It should
It's
be
crazy.
close.
Huh?
Yeah. That 21 should at least be way closer to that size of that 24.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's oh, look at this, Maritza. Maritza, thank you for being here. Maritza's part of our user group. Thank you for being here. It will be helpful to understand what point they're trying to make on the gasoline chart. Price gallon decrease because of crude oil cost. Yeah, I mean, it's still hard to understand what is it they're trying to do here. The other thing is that I think that it's just unbelievable that they this was on the U.S. Energy Information Administration office that they put this out there in 2018, and as you can see, this makes absolutely no sense. Um, she said for the crude, okay, And then we have Marlon saying the size seems to be related to the text, not the percentages. Okay. Yeah, that could be. That could be. Yeah, exactly. Maybe they actually the annotations here. If you think about it, they're not super wrong or anything wrong with it. It's just the size of the visualizations, and if this on both of them, the bars make no sense. So the scale of all of this is completely wrong. I mean, they're not at scale. But this could happen, and this is happening out there. I mean, this is real visualizations that I found online that someone created. It's crazy. What else you got, Aaron? You say so. This one you will do like a slope charts, right? On
Yeah,
the
I think
one on the right.
I think so. But going back to the point made earlier, then what's the
Mm-hmm.
story? Because
Mm-hmm.
if we follow the colors left, right, and down, 12 to 13, hardly a change. 13 to 13, no change. 16 to 17,
Mm-hmm.
hardly a change. 60 to 56, also not a huge change.
Mm-hmm. Change.
So maybe a slope chart doesn't even make sense because the angle of that slope is so little that
Mm-hmm.
it tells no story. But it does the same thing with these color with the way that they've set this up and having these boxes not match the same size as left to right. So I maybe we need to see the data a little more to know what would be the best way to display this. But there's not a lot of change going from one to the other.
Okay. Perfect. No, I think you're right. I mean, maybe the one on the right, maybe you can provide the percentage change. So maybe just one chart of this instead of two, and then you can show the percentage change. That could be a good one. Also, just a line graph, right? You may have a line graph, and you can see how it's just increasing over time, and that's it. But the one on the left is you have to redo the one on the dollar bill makes completely no sense. It's completely. I think I will redo it. I mean, I still like Aaron, like you said, I still like to take the dollar and make and divide it in pieces, right, like this. But it's just the size, the scale. It's just no sense. I mean, starting by the 7 here, so 7 doesn't equal 7. 7 is not the same as 7 apparently. So making this what it's supposed to be, I think it should be fine. I mean,
I hadn't even seen that you had two sevens on there, and
7
they're
and 7.
nowhere close to the same size.
Yeah, 7 and 7 is not even the same here. So but I think that in making this what it's supposed to be, it should be okay. It shouldn't
Right.
be horrible. I mean, that would be nice to receive this in the mail and know exactly where my money is going, right? Or what's going on with the revenues of Duke Energy, for example. That would be nice to receive. But I think this needs to be done in the right way.
Yeah,
Um,
you'd have to see the data to be sure, but I wonder if the cents shown in those circles are wrong.
mm-hmm,
What if
mm-hmm,
they may have accidentally put the wrong numbers in,
correct.
and if they just put the right numbers in, it's entirely fixed.
It's entirely fine. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. I mean, that's probably maybe this was really a 7, but then this one maybe was, I don't know, another
12.
different number, a
Yeah.
10 or 12, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they're just arranged incorrectly. Maybe this 18 was here where 11 is. Maybe this was 18 and this 21. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it seems like it's completely wrong. But I just wanted to show everyone that. Okay, so I think, I mean, we can show what you got. I wanted to remind everyone uh, that we have actually. Let me see if I can bring that up really fast here. One quick reminder here. So if you are interested in participating on the show, we have many great topics coming up: healthcare, food, quality sports. We have pizza, but pizza is full right now. Pets, beer, education. Thank you, Heather. She's in an education. So you can participate with us here. You can be part of the show. Anybody, everybody's invited to be part of the show. Aaron, if you put, well, actually, I can do that. I'm
I
gonna
just did it.
put the link. Okay,
I just
perfect. Thank you. So there's the link, and you can sign up. All you have to do for the show is just to bring a data visualization related to that topic. You don't have to do a presentation. You don't have to do anything. Just bring the visualization. You don't have to show us the visualization, and you can participate with us. It's a lot of fun. We have been featured by Tableau 3 times on the roundup, and it's just a lot of fun. And you can invite everybody from your company, friends, to be with us here in the show, and we can talk about visualizations. Just that simple. But we have a lot of topics. Also, if there is a topic or a hobby that you have, and you're not looking and you cannot find the topic that you like, let us know. We can change a week for one of those topics or themes that you like, that you have a passion. Just let us know. And let me just take down mine, Aaron, and you can share yours.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Just for some context, the
Uh-huh.
reason we did energy this week is
Yes.
because January 9th on Sunday is National Static Electricity Day.
That's
And
right.
January, we found what we could. And January 10th on Monday is National Cut Your Energy Cost Day.
Yes.
And then next week is healthcare related because January 12th, the same day as the show, it's National Pharmacist Day. So you get an idea. Like we try to look at each week of like what's going on in the world and in the nation, and how can we link that to some kind of topic. So that's kind of how we did it. But to Neil's point, we're not tied to the hip at all these topics. So if there's something specific you guys want to do, it's absolutely fine.
Yep. Yep. Like I said, we have food. We have in May we're gonna have Star Wars. In May 4th will be with you, and really cool topics coming up. But just let us know. Yeah, if you want to participate, more than welcome. So show me your
Here we go.
perfect. Oh, nice.
I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to get
Oh,
through.
wow. Oh, wow.
But it's just
So
the two
what
of
is
us.
this? This
We're
is
playing
just.
back it up.
Can you make it larger? Make it larger.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go. That good?
Yeah.
So this is from gasbuddy.com, produced here by Andy Kriebel. Looking at when the best time to fill up is.
Mm.
Red and blue is tough on the eyes because red doesn't necessarily mean bad, but in this case, that's what he went through. This was back in 8 years ago, almost 8 years ago. So we've learned new things since then. So this is looking at each state, which one is, or what time of the day is best to fill up. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to this topic to see if that's a thing or not. But I just thought it was interesting that for the most part, going on the weekend is the best time to go, except for these few little minor states that weirdly it's early week, midweek. I just like the map view on with just the 4 categories. I probably changed the colors to make it a little easier to look at, but if you're just telling a simple story, this does do that.
So what they're doing here is, so when is it best time for you to fill up your car, right? So it's saying almost everywhere. It's almost during the weekend. I never thought that would be something that will make sense. I thought it didn't matter, but
I just, as I'm playing around here, I noticed. So it says, but more specifically on Monday/Saturday. And then if you go down here, it's Saturday and Sunday. Okay, that's the weekend. But here it's got late weekend. Just so I don't know how he determined. This one is specifically on Thursdays. So I don't know how he did that or where the data is coming from because it doesn't say. But I did find that interesting that it gives you not only a category, but within that category, something a little more specific.
I mean, I like the title. The title is great, right? It's good title. He also tells you when where he got the information, like gasbody.com, and you can find it really quick. You can go to your specific state and find what is that you're looking for. I mean, I like it. I mean, I think it's just like you said, the colors. Not sure why red. I mean, I don't know if I would just like red for the one that is the highest.
Yeah. Last time I was on here, I brought visuals that had red and blue on it. Someone said it looked political, even though it had nothing to do with politics.
Marissa,
this does the same thing.
Yeah, Marissa have a great point. I was just thinking about that. She's saying best time to fill up because it's cheaper, or why is it? It's not clear, right? Maritza, I agree with Maritza. It's not 100% clear. Is it because it's cheaper,
So
I don't know.
because the data is coming from GasBuddy.com and they specifically track gas prices, the
Uh-huh.
most expensive, the cheapest. That would be my assumption is that everybody knows what GasBuddy is.
That's true. You just said it's your assumption, but like Maritza, maybe she didn't know anything about gas body, or like if somebody you're presenting this to somebody they don't really maybe know. When is the best time to fill up your car to get it cheaper? I mean, it needs something to tell you, was it cheaper?
Yeah.
And what is the odds, right? What is it? 63%? Seems like a 63% was cheaper.
Yeah,
63% on
if
the
you went on the
weekend.
weekends, yeah, on the weekends.
Hmm.
The other side of that is like, what's considered best?
Hmm.
If you don't
Exactly.
really pay attention to prices any, and you're filling up just when you need it because you have to, is best for you when there's fewer people there? When is it the slowest time so that you can get in and out faster? If best means is equal to time, then this
Uh-huh.
does not fulfill that need. But if the point is when is the best time for gas prices, then just adding that in the
Yeah.
title would be helpful.
Yeah. See, she's saying, you know what happened when you assume. Yeah, I mean, and it's true. I mean,
Typically,
you never know. I mean, if that's what they mean. I mean, think about it. When you hover here, right? Hover to anything, any state, it doesn't even tell you there. It should tell you something. Maybe it should be saying, "Hey, on Monday you will get it 10% cheaper," or maybe less people. It's not. It's the I think the story here is not complete. They needs a little
yes,
bit more.
yeah. So we don't know quite what the data looks like to know what
Hmm.
how these are bucketed
Hmm.
and why.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
So
we'll go to the next
what's
one.
the next one? Show me the next one.
Here we're looking at greenhouse gas emissions in the EU.
Put this one in the chat. Because this one's more complicated. Like so that if anybody's on the you guys can open it and look at it on your other screen too.
Yes, this one's interesting. I picked this one a couple of different reasons because there's things here that I've not seen done before, including obviously the footprint.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone talks about the footprint of emissions and just using that word footprint. So I thought it was hilarious that they actually put a foot in here and put the
Uh-huh.
size of that bubble for each of the countries.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Wow.
I don't think you can do anything. Let's say it's reloading. I don't think you can do anything when you like hover on here. It just tells you like how many in the 1,000 tones. I think is how you say it. I'm probably wrong. It was just the reason I wanted to show this because it was like people come with the craziest things, and like
Mm-hmm.
this is the story that they want to tell is like
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the footprint of emissions by country, and I'm going to put a foot outline of a foot here with toes, and that's going to grab people's attention. It doesn't give you comparisons. It doesn't help you in much to that degree, but the purpose was probably just to get your attention, and that's what exactly why I chose this because it was like something I had never seen before.
I I have no words. I mean, this is the
All right,
I don't
and
get
for,
why they did this I mean, I understand footprint. It's just I don't know.
it takes up a lot of
I don't
space.
get. Mhm.
Yes, it doesn't have much value. It just was something
Mhm.
like super different that I've never seen. And then the rings here, the way you read this, although there's no I guess here you go. The outer rings of the donut chart divide the sectors into different subcategories. So it does explain it here. So
Okay.
basically, this inner ring
Uh-huh.
is divided by these colors. So the
Okay.
red is all energy, green is agriculture, waste, and industry. But
Uh-huh.
the inner one here is solid. So
Mhm.
when you hover on it, it tells you how much the energy sector is contributing to emissions.
Mhm.
Uh,
Okay.
I'll do this one, agriculture. But as you go out to the next layer, it's
Mhm.
got two different subcategories. So now we're at livestock and we're at the other one.
Too confusing.
And then the next ring is another subcategory of, in this case, livestock. So under livestock, you can see that enteric fermentation, and then another little sliver for manure management. And then because I chose this green one, it has yet another sublayer under that,
Mhm.
cattle. So the largest agricultural emissions by sector is cattle. But I just like how different it is. You know, they've got the categories and then the subcategories with another ring and another ring and another ring, and it just keeps going out. I know there's different ways to kind of show that, but I just thought this was an interesting, different way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the food. It's interesting, right? Like we have Heather saying the food is interesting, most like the visual capitalist graphics. Yeah, I've seen. I know which. I know Heather, which one you're talking about. That's a really cool site. If anybody wants to look at something real cool, go search on Google visual capitalist, and you will find incredible visualizations there. Um, then there is Marlon saying, "Is there any reason some are black, others are brown?" I think you're talking about the food, right? So I think it's just probably the. What do you think? Is that because of the density, right, of the emissions, maybe?
It's
Yeah.
a good, yeah, it must be because my screen, it's like this looks basically black, but like these
Mhm.
look like really dark purple, and then these are like lighter. So
Uh-huh.
it's probably just that
Mhm.
color, like the purple color palette they chose.
I really think that what probably happened here was, you see, this was not originally a foot, right? It was probably that they put this on one of the visualizations that you can use the bubbles, right? So
Yep.
probably they did that, and when they were looking at it, it looked like a foot. So then they put the line around it, and
Yes.
now it looks like, I don't know, maybe. It's just incredible. I
Right.
mean,
It's just again, it's just the impact they're trying to have. They're trying to get your attention. And if you saw
Mhm.
a foot with bubbles in it, thus data people are going to be like, "What the heck is that?" I'm going to look at
Mhm.
it. So
What do you,
now I'm in it. So they
yeah.
did that purpose.
What do you have underneath? On is there anything under nothing? Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. I still think it's hard to read. I mean, I would choose something else. I mean, the data is interesting, but I don't know. It's just weird. I will do it in a different way. Especially the one on the left. It's so hard to read different categories. I mean, or subcategories. They're just too complicated.
Well,
And
look
then
at
the color.
so let's look at the difference between Germany and Ireland. So here you can see just at a glance, heavy on energy,
Uh-huh.
minimal on agriculture. But if I go to Ireland, you can immediately see that they are significantly more agriculture
Agriculture.
because of that green color and far
Hmm.
less energy. Now, I don't know what story that tells you, but it's there.
But I think it would be great if you have side by side, like it's just some bars going down side by side where you can see different countries. This could be small multiple with all of these countries, and then you can see where they at, and then you can select between the different. I mean, it would be more cool to select between the different sectors and have all the countries below, and then you select the sector, and then you can compare different sectors or something. I don't know. Even with a map that shows you maybe all those countries somehow, and then you can just select the sectors and the drop down. I don't know, in a different
Yeah,
way.
yeah, I get it because like the this cattle section is smaller
Mm.
here than it is elsewhere, and I
Okay.
was hovered on this one. This is iron and steel production because when I
Hmm.
clicked on this country, the yellow really expanded out bigger than I had seen in other selections that I
And
had
other
made.
ones.
But it'd be nice to compare this. What's the iron and steel production in other
Hmm.
countries without
Hmm.
having
Hmm.
to select each individual one that I wanted to look at.
Correct, correct. Incredible. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that can be done with this data. It's pretty cool data. So,
Okay.
so what is the next one? What do you got?
Next one, we got going into EV charging stations.
Ooh, okay, I like this one.
Okay, so the idea is that you can see the brand here, and then you can see what range they are. We're working on something like that now, where you want to see a vehicle and then what range they're in.
Hmm.
So this is relevant to us. What
Hmm.
I get the concept behind it. What I don't understand is if I select a color, it doesn't do anything.
Oh.
So I can't see where these lines go because they're like, who knows where Ford is going here because bam, you're lost. Where are you supposed to go with that? All these gray lines down here, you can't tell where they
Hmm.
go. So it would be helpful if you were able to click on it and it would highlight so you knew where it was going to on the other side.
Hmm. I think it may be just broken, but it should work, right? That's the idea of this type of charts, is that it should work.
Yeah.
Not sure
But I think
why.
that's like a highlight action. So if they didn't add that,
Hmm.
then it just isn't possible.
It's weird that it's not working. I mean, I like it originally, but now that it's not working, I mean, it's impossible to use. I mean, so that's very important, right? When you're like creating some type of visualizations like this, so make sure that your audience is able to have that action, that to have the opportunity to, when you click on it, it will filter out and you will see where it's laying down on the other side. Because if not, it's just there's no purpose to use this. It's still hard to read sometimes, right? There's so many lines. It takes a lot of space. That's what I usually doesn't use this. I usually don't use it because it just takes too much space. I mean, to put it in any dashboard visualization. I mean, but if you have less, I mean, there's just too many brands here on the left. But if you have less, it could work. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it could work.
It would be
So
good. It'd be good because I was kind of curious, like what is this? Almost looks like a stacked bar chart. What's the percentage that Tesla has? It's not there.
mhm.
That would be
Okay.
interesting to know. Like what's that percentage of that total of where they fall in? You know?
Yeah, I like that. I would love to see that. I mean, that would be really cool to see how does it work, and then where does the line and on the other side, right? But it just
Yeah.
doesn't work here. Hmm. Yeah, I think that will be the thing. I mean, it will be cool, but I like that they keep it in one color. Not that I love the color, but it's okay. But it just
Yeah.
needs to work.
I was also thrown off by the title is EV charging stations overview,
Uh huh.
but these are just car manufacturers, and these are just the groups of affordability or the price range. It has nothing to do
Exactly.
with
The the
charging
the,
stations,
the
as far as
charging
I know.
stations. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. So it's
So
another
maybe,
thing. Mhm. That's
yeah, go
another
ahead.
thing. No, that's another thing that we need to pay attention to, right? When you're dashboard or like visualization best practices, make sure that that title makes sense. I mean, if in this case, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't correlate with what the data is showing here.
Yeah, and
Where the
it could be
Mhm.
that this is a sheet inside of another dashboard or a dashboard inside of a story or whatever the case might be.
Okay,
So maybe it does make sense in that story that they're telling, but just I didn't see that, so I just thought that was a little confusing.
okay.
Anyway, good on this one.
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
All right, next we're looking at the UK solar energy production.
Oh,
And
cool.
okay, so I did this one because I've never again I always like to grab things I've never seen before. I like that they made that it's the blue sky. You got the sun shining in the golden rays,
Okay.
and each of these
Very
these are
cool.
basically bar charts that
Mhm.
go out from that center.
Okay. Put it in the chat. This one is great. Put it in the chat. This one's great. So we're gonna put it in the chat so you can open it on your other screen and you can check it out if you want later or now. You can play with it. So it's in the chat right now. Cool.
So this is the UK solar energy
Mhm.
production. So you can
I like
see,
it.
we got autumn and winter and spring and summer, and you can see that these bars are longer here in the
Mhm.
spring and summer. Obviously, there's more light
Mhm.
out, but you can select. Looks like these are each day. Looks like
Wow.
so you can see which day was the longest.
I like it. So if we start with the first question, so we have a couple questions that we always do on the show. I like the visualization. What I like is I like this. It's kind of the AM and PM on the left and the right. It's kind of like small multiples. It's kind of like small multiples with I don't know with the solar energy. I mean, it's just very cool. Very different. And then I like the annotations. There's a lot of annotations. There is good colors. I like the title. Yeah, I like many things about it. It grabs my attention. Like you said, I never seen it before. First
You know,
time.
one thing is a little harder because I just tried it here and it got I lost for just a second
Mm-hmm.
was the way that you're supposed to view this. So here in winter, let's just start in January. So I'm looking like how much more bars like as the year. This is January, February, March, April. As it goes down, you can see that you're getting more and more of those points. And then same here for the PM. You get more and more and more of those points.
Oh
But then you have
wow.
to go. Then you have to go right and then back left to go to the summer, which is on the left hand
Okay.
side, and go up July, August, September, October, November to December. I realized they're just following the circle of the sun, and
So
that's on the out.
okay, and it goes like clockwise, right? Like going
Yeah,
like this. Okay. So when you hover to anything, to anything that you want, hold it there, hold it. So what it does is filters out what is this is the same thing that we're looking at on the large graph. I'm
yeah.
trying to
So
understand.
so it's just showing you May. That's
Hmm.
just June. This is just July.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. So it's the same information twice, pretty much. I think. Is that right?
So I think let's see. Let's see. This is settlement period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Uh-huh.
7, 8, 9. I don't really know what these points are. I don't know what those settlement periods mean.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
But they did explain length of ray shows amount of solar energy. Clock faces on left, right showing proportion of energy by hour per month. Solar farm. Yeah. Here they've got
Wow.
a link. They have a link to the data where the data
Hmm.
is.
Okay. I mean, still interesting. I think it's. I mean, the way that he was trying to, I mean, get this. It's very unique. It's very clever. I mean, I think it's different. Um, it's very interesting how he put the four seasons, right?
I like
In the
that
same thing.
they've annotated a couple of different highlights
Yes,
that I wanted to point out. Right. So like
exactly.
here, I didn't see this, even though I should have. I was trying to figure out like, is this one longer or is this one longer? And I was comparing the numbers, but he annotated it right there. Of July 24th was the largest energy.
Produce of the year. Okay,
Yeah.
it's different. It's great. It's I mean it's interesting. I mean it's really cool to see something like this. Um, and it makes sense, right? Like it's well done. I mean to think about it, the colors, annotations. I mean, yeah, I like it.
Cool.
I think it's
All right.
great. I don't think I will change too much. Maybe find something to explain it. Maybe how to read easier. Maybe there could be maybe a different like you could have a hover and maybe you have one of these visualizations like one of those things there, and then you provide a little bit more annotations on how to read it. Maybe, but
Yeah, because I don't
yeah,
know how to read these. I know they put
exactly.
this in, but like I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more about how to read it. But I think that's it. I mean, it's a great different,
Yeah.
very different, very different, very cool. That's a good one.
All right.
Yeah.
Next one. We're looking at this one doesn't have a lot, but I just thought it was interesting that they created this Tesla. I don't know how they did it,
Hmm.
but like you can see through it, and down here again, this isn't going to help us much because it's in a different language. I like that they have almost a thermometer look.
Hmm. Okay.
I've never seen a thermometer look before, so I thought that was interesting. But on this one, like you can change the angle that you're looking
Mhm.
at this vehicle. Why
Really?
you would do that, I don't really know. Like what the purpose of it is, but you
Huh.
can click through and change that. You can turn it at about any different angle that you wanted to do. Let's see, I don't know what this one does. Let's see what happens. It takes. I
Okay.
mean, it takes us to the side. This one, I think, it like pushes it up and down. Right. So like,
Huh.
I don't know what the use of this is, but I like that this was uh, drawn. They basically drew a Tesla inside of this tool, and then had it interactable so that you can do things with it.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is the reason for those angles. Or what are you gonna do with that? I mean, to be honest with you, I
Yeah,
have no idea.
yeah. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to show that real quick, and you can see I don't know what any of this other stuff is, so I
Yeah.
didn't. So this one is interesting because as my wife and I were talking about electric vehicles and how far you can get on a charge, and then if we had ever had to drive somewhere, you'd
Okay,
have to make
cool.
sure that there's charging stations along the way to make sure that you can do that. So they're starting to do that. So this one is in like Australia, I think. This is Melbourne at the
Okay.
top.
Mhm.
So they start somewhere, and then they know how many kilometers is between where you leave and where the next charging station is. So
Okay, great.
I only have to go to 113, 174, 359. That's our long stretch, but we get 500 to a charge, so we should be fine. It's things like this that as the EV industry develops, they need to find easy, user-friendly ways to allow people to navigate from point A to point B when it's long distances. If you're just around town, you plug in at home at any point. But
Right.
I just like that they provided that view of here's our trip, and here they even colored it for each of the sections. I like that. I like the dark mode to show this map as well. What do you think?
Um, I'm trying to see how we can use that. Is there any way like you can input something like where you live, where are you going? That I mean, I like the idea, but I think it needs kind of like, okay, I'm going from here to here. I live in Orlando. I'm going to Texas. Okay, where that I can see the stations. I imagine that you can do this probably in your car. I don't have a Tesla, but I imagine in your car, electric car, you probably can do that now. And then wherever you go, you can see where the stations are. I imagine that you can
Mhm.
have that right now.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to see it on the here, and then if then you can maybe put input your specific car. It would be cool and see how much is the range, and then it will
Yeah.
tell you if you're gonna get to the next station or not. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it
Yeah.
just needs more information, more.
Yeah, yeah.
In-
This is pretty basic because it's just one location from one point to
okay.
another. But yes, if you
Mhm.
had the ability to put in my starting point and my end point, show me everything along that path, that would be helpful. And to your point, they probably have something like that now, but I had not seen something like this
You
before,
seen
and I don't
it?
have.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Really
So
cool.
that's just real basic. Got three more to get to, so let me go on to the next one. But I like
Okay,
this
great.
one.
This is great. Oh
I
yes, this is the one that I wanted to show too. I love this one. This one is great.
so I'm to right off the bat not a real fan of all the red. Obviously, that's
Hmm.
bad. You're doing something wrong. As you scroll down on this
This one
bar
is
chart.
great. This one is great. Put it in the chat. This one is great. This is a very good one. I've seen this one before. I will use this one if I had a Tesla. To be honest, this one's great. Let me see.
And as you scroll down here, these colors get lighter.
Uh-huh.
I think that's because
So you can select in a specific location, right? I think.
so this one it's no, it says set your
No.
range in miles from the Boston supercharger. So they've
Okay.
hard coded
Okay.
it to the single location, yeah.
The single location. Okay. But this is the idea.
But
Okay.
but like we talked about, if you put your own information in here, you're on vacation and you rent one in Orlando, right? How far can I get on that? It'd be good to know
Mhm.
that. But
Okay.
why we did like started out with this red with the ones that are the closest? I'm not quite sure, but I'll show you what one of the neat features that I like was this set your range in miles from that. So this is 250, and as I move this slider, watch the green dots here. So I'm going to set it to 285, and all the ones that are now in range change to that green color.
Awesome.
So you can see this has a 400-mile range. This vehicle I have, how far can I get? Okay, I can get to here, and then I gotta refuel.
Very
It
nice.
gives you the address. It gives you kind of a small map of,
I
it's
really
just
like
off
it.
50. Oh yeah, there it is on the map. I see it now. Stuff like that. So I like that the map changes
Mm-hmm.
to show you what you can do and what you can't.
Yeah, and it
It looks
tells
like
you. It tells you. I like the bands, right? Great. Oh, right. Great use of tooltip here. Based on the tooltip. Awesome. I mean, awesome. It even tells you coming soon. Um, it tells you how many they are. It tells you. I like the active super. Is that what it says? Yeah, supercharger. Active coming soon. States. Wow.
So check it out. So when I hover on that, it shows you a count of how many are coming soon.
Okay, very nice, very great, very good. I mean,
Shows you,
I think it's great. Wow, we have many in Florida.
yeah,
Um,
just behind California.
yeah. So I really like I like a lot about it. I don't think that, like you said, that maybe the colors could be better. What is anybody thinks in the chat? Anybody suggesting any colors? What do you like about it? Is there anything that you like about it? It's in the chat if you want to click on it, open it
You know,
on the
we've
screen.
we've talked about. And I think you showed me this trick of a map inside of a map. So
Mm-hmm.
here's that example of you want to see, okay, this general area, but what is that area? Well,
Mm-hmm.
when you hover on it, it gives you a map in the tooltip as well
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
zooms in on that point.
Correct.
So
Correct. Correct.
I like that feature that they added there.
This
Probably
is yeah,
some
this is a great feature. Mm-hmm.
probably some things I would change is
Mm-hmm.
maybe this towards the top. I would put filter. I would put these higher than in the bottom right hand corner of the dashboard. Not sure exactly where, but there's a description in here. Okay. So maybe I would move that elsewhere, but I just like the functionality of it if it
Mm-hmm.
changing for you.
Is there anything that it's you think confusing or not clear? Do you think it's maybe probably wow, this is great. Just it's just the colors, right? I think. I don't know if there's anything else that you think of that I mean the title, I don't understand why is it says Tesla Supercharged Network um lowercase and
Yeah.
it's just the title is on the left, just like maybe a rearrange of the title could be better. But other than that, oh, let's see. So this is Maritza. She says, "I like the information the doctor is sharing. I agree with Jamil. The color needs red needs changing." Okay, yes, exactly. So the I think the title I will rearrange. Maybe maybe it could be called find your supercharger network or find your I don't know, something like that, something more catchy, some a little bit better. The other thing is this is how you read it, right? The thing that is on the right on top, that
Yeah.
paragraph.
Yep.
I think this is how you read it. Okay, so it's hard to it's very small. Maybe somehow explaining that better, but other than that, I mean, it's a cool visualization. At least give you some call out numbers, right? On the right, we can see all these call out numbers, the totals. They have the map. They have the stations. Just the colors, but it's great. I mean, it's great information.
I think
I love
so.
it.
So I'm looking at the
Mhm.
instructions, and it says
Uh-huh.
click on a location in the map or in the list on the right to change the reference supercharger. So
Mhm.
it makes it seem like I should be able to click over here, and this would change. It would change me to like this area, or if I was over here, it's changed to this area. But whenever I click on it, it just zooms in.
Oh, so you could have changed to. So that's what I was just thinking. It should change. Like if I'm in Orlando and I want to like go somewhere else. I mean, it
Right.
should.
But it doesn't give me that click option. It's just
Mhm.
basically continue to zoom in.
And you can see the star there that it says that the star is from Boston, right? Boston.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the reference. Yeah, click on
that's
location
the
in the map
reference.
or the list. Like maybe this list.
Hmm.
Let me start over.
Okay, so probably they didn't. He started with Boston. Probably lives in Boston, but it's interesting that it doesn't. It should let you change that, right? I think.
Oh, it does. So it change. You have to. You can't click here. You have to click over here
Okay,
because
okay, okay.
it changed. So when I click this, that star moves.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
but it's only for the list that's here for the most part. I can't go to
Okay,
Florida and click on something there.
I see. I see. It's a cool one. I mean, it's
Yep.
a interesting visualization that I think. Yeah. The other thing is, I don't understand why the actives have to be in red. I mean, the coming soon.
Yeah, you can make these gray, right? Like they don't need to be red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or somebody says the green for energy saving could be.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But definitely it's yeah. It's just, but
What
it's great. I mean, it still is getting there. It's getting to what we were thinking before, right? Like you can see better information specifically to what you need. Um, but it's great. I mean, I'm very surprised how many stations we already have. Wow, that's what so many people are buying Teslas.
Yeah, I noticed this map right here. It basically
Mhm.
tells you all of the states you can reach,
Gotcha. Okay.
so that's just at the lowest. So if I increase that, you can see that it shrinks the map quite a bit, but it's got
Hmm.
you all the way down here to North Carolina.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, I got two more.
Okay.
This is inside EV's plug-in vehicle
Ooh.
comparison, and a couple things I liked about this is it's like it almost looks like a functioning dashboard that a business could have. You've got
Yeah.
your big KPIs at the top, you got your filters at the top, you got a header, you got a logo, and then you got all your brands down here that you can also choose. Let it refresh. Let me
Very
share
nice.
this. I'm gonna share
Hmm.
this one.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I like this. So although I would put this is what these colors mean, which I wish they would put a little higher up. But when you hover on it, it gives you a definition of what that means.
Okay. Great.
The way I understand it is this is plug-in only, and this is like a hybrid where you can plug in and have
Hmm.
gas.
Okay.
So you can see, and then when you do that, it highlights both of the charts above.
Hmm.
And even gives you some of the names. You can see some of the names pop up there, but only on the
Okay.
hover. You see all those names come up. But when you have
Hmm.
nothing hovered, you don't see anything, which is good. So I think it's a good way to declutter the scatter plot. Another thing I liked is when you hover on any of these dots on the right hand side, it gives you the speed distribution by brand and model, and it highlights where it is on that line.
And it also highlights the one on the right, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And you can see them pop
Wow.
up there. And if I go on the greens, you can see where it's there on the right. So this is so I like I like this so you can see the top to bottom and the range that most of them are in.
Hmm.
So we're like here this is like speed distribution. So this is the Tesla brand,
Hmm.
the model, and then the 0 to 60 miles per hour in how many seconds. So 2.5 is the fastest of all the cars that they have here. And the slowest one is 5.5 seconds, which is still
Wow.
higher than most of these other vehicles.
So can you see? So in top, can you select BMW, for example, or that one is fine. So now it highlights everything BMW. I mean, it's great. Wow. I like it. I like it. I like it.
So you
Yeah.
can select it, but I probably would turn that off because this is it kind of screws up your view. Vehicle matrix by. So if you wanted to change 0 to 60 time battery size, EV range, top speed, weight, you can do that. Base price. Like I like
Wow.
interactable scatter plots where you can change those axes to do anything you want within a single view.
Yeah, this is great. So what do you have anything underneath? This is the last one?
So
Oh.
so this is a good example of give them something that is better than they have, but if you have an audience that has to have it in table form, you provide that. So
Hmm.
I haven't studied this table to see if it matches the top section, but I would assume that it's the same thing, but only in a table form. So this is a good way to get people out of that, the executives and the leaders in an organization where all they want is tables. I have a table, I know how to read it, etc. But if you provide them with this to start with, like, okay, we'll give you the table, but first you have to look at what I've created and in a different way to look at this. And then if you don't care about any of this, all you do is scroll to the bottom and export your Excel,
Okay.
So this gets them transitioned to like, man, I couldn't see, I wouldn't be able to see this for Chevy had it not been in this form. And I wouldn't be able to see that Tesla is way above where we're at down here in this table form. So then they start understanding that as the data visualization experts, that we know how to help them to visualize table data to something that's a little more functional where you can gain those insights quicker.
Exactly. And that will help you have increased the, that your dashboard will be the adoption of their dashboard. Hopefully that will increase because people can see that they're getting both. So they're getting what they want, but they're also getting something quickly, that they can find out what is the problems, what are the insights, and that way they can also get their data in a table format if they want to. But at least this is really helpful. I mean, I go a little bit up again. So what do you have here for filters? This is great. Well done. Great.
Even
I like that.
even these they've got vision tool tips for every single one of these KPIs.
Yeah. I know who this is. Yeah. He's a good guy. He's very good with this dusting. Okay, so yeah, it's great icons, right? Very well done. The model count, excellent. Start with your top call out numbers or bands on top.
Yeah.
And then you can select any brand, very easy, right? Because then you can see the logo.
Yep.
And
they kept the colors simple with just the green and purple.
And so hover over average base price. Okay, so this is okay, got it. So this is also the average base. Is the green and purple the same thing, right? The electric car or the, I think that's
in
what
this
they're
case,
trying
it
to
just
do.
looks like the color palette they chose.
Okay.
You can see that Tesla is down there at 83.3K.
Okay. So it's sorted. It's really good.
Yeah, cheapest, the more expensive. But here you're talking like model count. Okay, well, now you're going to the descending the other direction.
Very nice.
All right, we only have like 2 minutes left. Just real quick, I want to show this one by Josh Tapley.
Oh, wow.
I love this dashboard. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of icons, perhaps too many for me because there's so much here. But it's got a map in here as a HEX map with with the states overlaid on top of it, which is awesome. Couple of bar charts. Again, these are, let's see, what are these? These are the top 10 plants.
Wow.
Let's see if I click on it there, and it highlights down below where that's at.
Okay. Very nice.
It has some, explanation of what's going on. Even using this as a, most of our headers and footers are a solid color, and here it's like a hex header. That's something that it's just the small touches. One of the things that I'm always trying to work better at is how to make things more visually appealing. I can show the data in a good way, but it's got to tell a story. It's got to look good all together rather than just pieces of information thrown on a page.
Can you hover? What it says info? Is there anything in there? Oh yeah. Okay. This is great.
So it looks like he had a lot of data sources to put this together, and that's a good way to do that, is to give him a hover so you can get some more information without having to clutter up your dashboard.
I see. I really like that, right? I really like that how he put that together, info. It looks great.
Yeah, like this is a little hard to read or get anything out of unless you hover on it, but outside of a couple of those things, I like this, and I like the story that it's telling.
Yeah, no, you can see the concentration, right, where it is. It's incredible. I mean, I think it's really cool how he was able to put this together. I mean, the to get the this kind of like the panel. How do they look? I mean, I don't know. I thought that it was cool. Great annotations again. He uses the plug to see that top 10 plans. It's great. I mean,
Yes.
to be able to make this map so small on top and make it and it still works, it's very impressive.
I even like, yeah, when you, even if you click, even though it doesn't do anything when you click on it, it grays everything else out.
Mm-hmm.
You can see exactly where you've clicked. Now, that doesn't have any function in this capacity, but
I see.
it's just interesting.
Really cool. I
All right,
really
great.
like it.
Glad to
Anyway, we're
have
out
you.
of time, but I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. Next week we're gonna be here again Wednesday at 3 p.m. Gonna have a great visualization. What do we have next week? Is
Healthcare.
healthcare. So this is great. You want to participate with us? Anything related to healthcare? I mean, maybe it's just New Year resolution. Maybe it's running marathon, gym data, anything you're doing related to healthcare. We will be here. It will be a great show. We're gonna have great visualization for next week. Like I said, if you know Alteryx Tableau, looking for a job, exactly, we're hiring. Here's the link for data meeting. We're currently hiring. We need a lot of individuals that are very good with Alteryx and Tableau. And if you can see any of the jobs there. If you're interested, reach out to us and we will help you out. Great company, data meeting. We offer very good benefits and a very good pay. And if you're looking, you want to move to a new company, we're data consultants here at Data Meaning. Great company. You're working from home, let us know. We're interested in knowing you. Just send an email or send us a note there in LinkedIn to Aaron or I, and let us know. And thank you for being here. We hope that you have a wonderful week and happy new year. And see you soon. Thank you.
You guys.
Bye.